Hi everyone! Hello Edibilistas! Welcome to the Educated Edibilista with Mary and Jane. We never know which way the camera's going. So this is kind of our first one where we're doing just like, I don't want to say politics, but kind of going over the law.
The climate concerning what legality and what's
So if you're in a state that's waiting to be legalized, whether it's medical or recreational, just know that even if you are, those of us that are in states that have that, it can change.
Yes.
The drop of a dime.
Pretty much. That's what's happening here in Virginia.
And DC recently had a scare.
Yes, they did.
That ended yesterday. So why don't we talk about that one real quick since they kind of got out of it a little bit.
Yes.
So if you don't know DC, there's an initiative called Initiative 71, I-71. And basically it is kind of similar to Virginia where you can gift and you can be gifted cannabis. You cannot buy it in a retail location. They do have medical cannabis facilities. If you have a medical card, you can do, but you cannot buy and you cannot sell. So they essentially have shops where you can go in and buy something else.
T-shirts, CDs.
Music videos, artwork, something like that. And then you're gifted some cannabis. So, of course, there's always people trying to get rid of these things.
As if that wasn't ludicrous enough, right?
Yes.
The whole concept of, okay, I'm not even going to get on my soapbox, but...
Yeah, I probably will in a minute.
Right. It may still happen.
But yeah, so they were basically trying to get rid of that and just only have the medical facilities, which they don't have enough of to cover everyone. And they were trying to make that process a little bit easier. So you could basically self-certify that you needed medical cannabis. So I think they were like trying to help things a little bit on that end, but also kind of screwing everyone else over. So
yeah, because lots of not cannabis businesses in DC.
Yeah, and they're legitimate businesses and they pay sales tax on all of their sales and everything. So there's not really on that issue. But, we just still have conservative people, unfortunately, almost always a conservative, who just doesn't want it and they're trying to get rid of it any way that they can.
Yep.
Luckily, it did not happen yesterday in DC. So we
Shut
were
down.
happy for that because we love one of the companies there. Peace in the air. Shout out.
Shout out.
Love you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for being awesome.
Yeah, and they were helping get everyone together against this, which is fabulous. So great job, guys.
Yes.
So on the Virginia end, we're still kind of in a scary moment.
Yes, we will not find out until the 11th whether Governor Youngkin is going to veto SB 591, which would essentially put a stop to all small hemp-based businesses in Virginia.
Yeah, so think all your CBD products.
Yes.
Gone.
We're highly concerned about this. Very,
very concerned. And, I hadn't really read up again on, I always know it's Schedule 1, but what does that actually mean? I mean, it's listed with heroin and like, here comes my soapbox, guys. Because I am just like, okay, I am very much like, I never tried cannabis until I was 28 years old and like tried it one time and never really did anything until my 40s. And I use it just for sleeping, basically. Sometimes I will recreationally if I'm with a group of friends or something, but mostly just for sleeping. And so as I'm thinking of it, so my options for sleeping are drugs that are freaking awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Like serious narcotics. That you can get legally.
I can get legally.
By going to the doctor.
And then I can sleepwalk out and kill someone. I mean, people have actually killed people on Ambien and all of these other drugs. And so that's why I've never wanted to do them. My other options, which is what I've done for decades now, is dope myself up on Benadryl, which causes dementia.
You found out is not good for you.
Not good.
Right.
It's an over-the-counter drug and it can cause all these issues. So I'm looking at marijuana and cannabis and, just talking to myself, because this is what I do all day long. Like, there's no withdrawal symptoms. Your body isn't going to shut down if you stop using it or if you start using it. Like alcohol, you're not in danger just based on
you're not going to become addicted to it.
You're not going to become addicted to it. So people say you can overdose, and I think you can definitely use too much and you don't feel great.
Right.
I've been there.
Right.
If you don't know if you're starting, don't start on a full gummy. Not good.
No.
Work your way up. I realize that.
You want the smallest effective dose.
Yes. But you're not overdosing in the sense that you're dead and someone has to give you another drug to bring you back to life.
Correct.
Versus other drugs like
so
heroin.
when you look at all your options to deal with your sleep issues,
right.
I mean, this is truly the most beneficial to you, the
and
most appealing,
natural.
the safest.
Yeah.
So, you know, should that be taken away from you, where does that leave you?
Exactly.
I mean, and not just you, but how many other people
Millions of
need,
people.
you know, want a safer, more natural alternative
Exactly.
to drugs.
Yeah.
Like,
so this bill,
prescription drugs or over-the-counter drugs.
Right. So this bill, and I do agree with kind of the reasoning on some of this. So we have discussed this. If you've watched any of our videos, you know, it's very hard to tell how much is in something. Even if it says on the package, it has this many milligrams.
You don't know if that's really the case or not.
And the products that I use are the products that I use because when I tried them, I was able to get the same reaction every single time. Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be done, and there are companies out there doing it, and that's why I always mention the brands that I like, because I have tried other ones where you don't know. Sometimes you feel an effect, sometimes you don't, because they're not. But even then, I'm thinking
quality control may not be there.
But
the
even
lab testing may not be there.
I have friends that sell Juice Plus, which great, fabulous, and they'll tell you, well, I can't tell you how much is in each thing because we don't know. It could be okay. Well, it's the same thing,
right? I mean, what good is that doing you?
Exactly. So I get that they want to, you know, have a limit set. I totally get that.
Yes.
I appreciate that because especially if you're trying for the first time, I don't think that we need to cancel everything to get to that point.
And it's, you know, it's also, aside from the availability being there of products for people who need them or want them for whatever use they deem appropriate, the effect on small businesses.
Oh my God.
You know, it's going to be so detrimental, and it's just
absolutely.
You know, I feel like we now more than ever we really need to be there for our small businesses, and if this is taken away, it's going to have a ripple effect in so many ways.
I mean, you have to think not just the business, but all the employees.
Yes.
You know, they're going to
lose the overall economy.
Jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, which right now, you can't.
No. So if you're not in Virginia, you know, please send us all the good vibes that by the 11th, we will get some really good news that, you know, we're hoping that Governor Youngkin, you know, sees the issues, the very real issues that would come with, you know, approving this bill. So please, if you're in Virginia, contact him, email, call, you know, tell your friends who are like-minded, or even those who aren't, you know, let them know.
If they know someone that uses CBD.
Yes.
And I'm sure everybody knows someone that uses CBD,
sure.
whether you know it or
whether
not.
you know it or not.
So
exactly.
ask your people, you know, are you using this? How is this affecting you? What are you using
What
it
would
for?
happen if it were gone?
If it were gone. That is
and
the
you have to take action.
Thing. Yes.
So please, you know, I mean, send them to our videos, send them to our YouTube channel. You know, that's what our whole goal here is at Educated Edibilista, is to try to provide that education and knowledge. And so, you know, the only way that people are going to learn is if someone tells them.
Yeah,
so
and take the time to learn, even if you're against it, and please reach out, tell me. I would like to hear. Like I said, I think there are issues. I think there does need to be consistency, and there needs to be testing. And I'm like, that is going to be the biggest business in all of this is going to be the testing.
Yes.
If you are a chemist or you have, you know, license in that area,
get in on
it, because we need those companies.
Absolutely.
And
we need ones that we can trust.
Absolutely.
You know, if you are a retail business, you know, your reputation is on the line with every product that goes out your door.
Yeah.
Or,
and that's why
you have to make sure that what you're selling is what it says it is.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, we did our first live on location, rather, it wasn't live, on location with one of our favorite shops, because they are so educated on the products and all of the testing and all of that. So like I said, that's why I use them, because I know I'm going to get a consistent result that I'm looking for with every single one.
Exactly.
Versus other ones, I have not gotten consistent results or felt anything, even though according to how much they say was in it, I should have.
Right.
So, you know, so many people just think that people just want to smoke pot. They just want to get high. But there are so many other people that are using because of other things.
Correct.
And our life is going to be affected if we don't have those products anymore. And a lot of the times it's not going to be affected in the positive manner that you, if you're against that, thinks that it will be.
Right. They're just going to have to turn to something else that is far less beneficial and far less desirable.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they're going to be miserable and I'm going to turn into a Karen at the bus stop because I haven't had my sleep.
Right.
And nobody wants to see that. I don't even go to a bus stop anymore, but I'm just saying.
Right.
There are other people out there.
There are plenty of Karen opportunities for you.
Mm-hmm. I apologize.
And you don't want to be on the receiving
Karen.
end of that. Right. Right. We love Karen.
We love Karen. But sleep is very, very, very important.
Yes.
And it's not great. It doesn't happen.
So drop us some comments, telling us where your state is on these issues. If there's anything
and follow
that we
along
should,
in your state
we should be
because
aware of.
I've seen other states that stuff has been taken back.
Yep.
So you need to be aware. Obviously, none of us want to break the law, number one. Well, I mean, some of y'all do. I don't.
And if you do, we don't know about it.
Fine. Don't tell us. I want to be in compliance with everything. And even, the shop operators in D.C. want to be in compliance with everything.
Because they want their business to be able to stick around.
Exactly, yeah. So, I feel like so many times you just only learn about the stuff that you're interested in and you're for and not necessarily what you're against.
Right.
So share information even with people that you think, are totally against stuff, because if they just learn about stuff, I think, people will hopefully change their minds, or at least see, follow the science, guys. How many times have we heard this in the last 2 years?
Oh, boy.
Follow the science, which is why we're going to talk about science stuff in the future. And we're going to get a little nerdy. But seriously, I mean, Ambien, cannabis. There's no positive.
One has been around since the beginning of time, and guess which one it wasn't?
Well, one's legal, and one, so.
Well, what it really comes down to is, soapbox alert, someone stands to make money from one, so.
And that is,
that's a big part of it, I think.
So, if you think about the DC thing, the medical, I can't tell, the medical cannabis shops.
Did you have your sleep last night?
I did not have my sleep.
Oh, sorry.
They, there are, in every state, I think, that has legalized, whether it's medical or recreational, both, there are massive taxes on cannabis.
Oh, sure.
And it's great because it is going to the state and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I know, particularly in Colorado, because I have still a lot of family and friends that live there. So, in DC, the medical people are mad because they have to pay all those taxes. Right. The gifting people, they pay their normal business tax but they don't have that extra cannabis tax because they're not selling cannabis.
Right.
So I can see, things are unfair on
but
many different levels.
But ultimately, sales tax comes back to the consumer.
Exactly.
That's the retailer is charging whatever they need to charge for their product.
Right.
And the sales tax is passed to the consumer and then directly back to the
all
state.
You have to do is make retail sales legal, and then you can add the tax. So
yes.
Go forward.
Yes.
Don't go backwards.
Agreed.
And hurt the communities that you're serving.
Yes.
It just makes no sense to me.
So
okay,
here we are, following along, just waiting with bated breath until the 11th.
So please,
we'll update.
We'll see what happens, but hopefully nothing is shut down and you can still get your products. If you are very concerned and you really need stuff, get out there now and stock
for
up.
sure. And don't forget, if this is an issue that matters to you, take action. Contact Governor Youngkin's office immediately.
Absolutely.
And tell all your family and friends, educate people on the issue.
Yeah,
share
this video.
Yes, please share this video.
Easy peasy.
Like, subscribe.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, there's our kind of first rant update. We will be back with another video very soon. Hopefully a lot more positive.
Yes.
And fun. I don't know what we're going to do next. We have to get our
if you have any ideas for us, drop them in the comments.
If you want to see something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Create, heal, have fun. That's what we do here. And educate.
Bye, Edibilista.
Bye, Edibilista. See you next time.